everyone, my name is Michaela, and my affirmative speech would be about education in prisons and how does it help with crimes outside of prison, in prison, and how does it help the inmate itself and just the world itself. To start off with, according to the U.S. Sentencing Commission, inmates who have an educational background are less likely to be arrested. So those who did a little bit of high school, did some college, are less likely to be arrested because they can go back into the society and start off there. And most people who don't have anything to look forward to. And with this graph here, it shows that 60% of people, those who do not have an educational background, are the ones who are rearrested, and those with a diploma, 19% of those people do not get rearrested, and these are people with diplomas. We have 60% of these inmates who didn't come from anything who are being rearrested. And so, with this research, we're going to just be talking about how it helps how educational programs that was set into jails help these people, but also experience from this, how can we help, and just how it helps the world itself. So I have this article here which states that educational programs in prison are key to reducing crime by Kathleen Bender. And she states that individuals who participate in educational programs while in prison are 43 less likely to return. So when they implemented these educational programs in these jails, the ones who took the initiative to go do it, they are less likely to return back to prison because they have at least something now, to start off with in society. You get someone off the street, you put them in jail, they have nothing to look forward to. They have nothing, to do. So when they get released, they're not gonna put themselves in school. They're not gonna push themselves or whatever. So when they implemented this, it helps these inmates look forward to something and not return, because now they have a life, they have a job where they can provide for themselves or maybe their family. Because when we do think about it, what do most jobs expect, or experience wise they want you to have at least, which is a GED or a diploma, and most of the inmates don't have that. McDonald's at least requires a GED or diploma. Low level jobs as in janitor, or like McDonald's or fast food, or just regular jobs like that, they at least require a GED or a diploma, and they don't have that. When we put these people back in the world, they're humans. They're gonna tend back to do what they want to do because they can't get a job. They can't get back in school because you think about it, the people with these educational background don't have it. That means they didn't have financial resources. They didn't have the money to at least get a car to go to the job, or they walk to the bus to go to the job or get to the job. They don't have any money to pay for an outfit, pay for a haircut, and then they don't have the educational background, which we just talked about again. They don't have the high school diploma. They don't have the GED, and then we're also putting that in their environment. If they're hanging around gang members, nobody's motivating them to go back to school, and do something right with their life. So they don't have the peers who are motivating them, family, they're by themselves. So without providing that, no, they're not going to tend back to that. So also, Bender also stated that prison with college programs have less violence. And that's why I said education can help those people in prison, because they're productive. 8 hours a day, it's like school. You get breakfast, you go to school, you get a little lunch, you get a little recess time. But with them being so productive and busy on getting a diploma or getting a degree in jail, they're not into it with certain other inmates. They're not into it with the staff because they're busy. They're setting goals of themselves, to be out of prison. And I also have this called article, Prison Education by TBS staff, that lower level of recidivism leads to safer neighborhoods. The lower level of violence in prison will of course lead us to safer neighborhoods. But once they're not fighting in prison and they have an education, you put the people in society, there's something to look forward to. They have an education, they have a job, they're going to do normal things that we do as well. And I also have an article from a former inmate, Greg. He said that having that education experience in prison helped him start to pursue goals. It made him have self-worth. Most of these inmates go to jail, they don't look forward to anything. We look down at them as anything, and we don't see that. We just dehumanize them once they go to jail and look at them as a bad person, but that's not what we want to do. And I have this last, TED Talk by Fazette that was in 2018, titled Education in Prison. He stated that locking someone up is dehumanizing. human. I think that's what most people, that's what most of us have to realize, that just because they're inmates, you know, we still have to look at them. We still have to get these teachers to go in there and teach them so we can better them. We better them. We better our society. You know, most people don't come from anything, but we get these teachers, and with these programs they implemented, it helped all of us in a way. You know, we help them, we help us, we help them get an education. They come into society. They might be our neighbors one day, but with these educational programs in jail, it helps us in the long run because they come in society, they do what we do. It'll be less crimes out here because they have something to look forward to. So, you know, ending my speech, I just believe that educational programs and what I did my research on helps society, helps the U.S., helps all of us, especially the inmate, to get back into this world, you know, and do something for themselves.